Hey guys, I'm back and I'm going to show you the left side of my mantle. Last video I did the right side. This is the left side. This is books that I usually switch out every once in a while depending on what I want to put up. This is a few slabs that I have up right now. This is my Marvel graphic novel number 4, first print of the New Mutants. I am a fan of Cannonball and Sunspot. Sunspot is actually my favorite. Yeah, this is a 7.0, and you right next to it is kind of a glare right there, but it's a 9.4 New Mutants number 1. And you have to have that too if you're going to have the graphic novel, so that's a must. And up here, my favorite DC character, which is Booster Gold, issue number 1 in the 8.5, signed by Dan Jurgens himself, the artist. And yeah, for some reason, I don't know, I just like Booster Gold. He's just like this jerk that, you know, shouldn't be a hero, but gets away with being a hero. And yeah, I got that. I think this is like one of my only CBCS books, but it is, you know, it was for the price, I couldn't beat it. So that's why I went ahead I could have got like a higher graded one, but I wanted one signed by Dan Jurgens. So I went ahead and got this one, and it is a newsstand copy. And this is my holy grail, my Avengers number 4 1.5, and I just love this book. It has to be on my mantle at all times. I don't care what. It's never getting took down. Like I said, it's all intact. There's nothing missing from the book. It presents pretty well for 1.5, and it's only qualified because as you can see, the cover is married to the book. But other than that, it's for what I paid for it. It was well worth the investment. And just to say I have it and own it, you know, like I always say, low grade's better than no grade, and I'll take it, man. Just to say I own this book is just always a great thing for me to say. And then over here, I have a Justice League number 1 in a 9.6. And it is signed by J.M. DeMatteis, Keith Griffin, and as well as Kevin Maguire. All 3 people that worked on this book have signed it. And got Guy Gardner, Shazam, a few other people on here, Batman, Martian Manhunter, Blue Beetle. You know, just a great book to have on your mantle or your shelf or wherever you display, but pretty good. I like that book. And now this next level is like my favorite level. It's because I'm such a Captain Marvel fan. And like I said before, I'm not just a fan of this Captain Marvel. I'm a fan of anybody that holds the title of Captain Marvel. This is my Captain Marvel 17 and a 7.5. You might have seen this in one of my videos. It's got my other favorite hero, Captain America, Bucky, on there. Great book. Glad to have it. If you don't have one, find it, get it in the wild, do what you can to get one. It's hopefully it's going to skyrocket. I'm not sure, but you know, when the movie coming out, because they did sign Jude Law to play Captain Marvel, so who knows. And then my Miss Marvel number 1 and a 6.5. I didn't pay a lot for this. It is a newsstand copy. Another great book to have in your collection. This book is really hot right now. Just glad to have this in my collection. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know, like I said, I'm a fan of Captain Marvel. She's eventually, Carol Danvers does become Captain Marvel, so I had to get this book anyway, not just because of the movie coming out, but because it's also going to be a hot book to have. And over here, I love this book. When I seen this book, I had to have it. It is a 9.6 Secret Wars #5 variant cover done by Mark Brooks, signed by Mark Brooks, and it has all of her costumes from her Captain Marvel to her Miss Marvel, as you can see, the Miss Marvel, and the binary in the back up there, and also her Warbird outfit right here. And I actually own all the issues where she has these different costumes or first appears in them, which is awesome. I'll do a video on that one day when I said I'll do all my Captain Marvel and books that I have. But I do have all of those issues. And this is a Midtown, I believe, exclusive, I think. I'm not sure, but it says Midtown, so I'm assuming it's Midtown. But it is signed by Mark Brooks, though. And I'm glad to have this in my collection. This is all, like this row right here so far has never been changed. It's always been the same. And then right here is my other 9.6 Civil War, The Return of Captain Marvel, signed by Ed McGuinness and also Tom Rainey. This is a beautiful cover by Ed McGuinness. Ed McGuinness is one of my favorite artists. Him, Arthur Adams, and a few others are like, I just love their artwork. But this, when I seen this, just had to have it in my collection. And it's signed, it's a 9.6, beautiful book. Never comes down off this mantle, always stays there. I don't care. This whole row, like I said, it just stays where it's at. And then up above, I have my Invincible #2 in a 9.6. I could not get or find a #1, so I got a #2 off eBay Raw from a very reputable seller. And when he sent it to me, I knew it was a candidate for either a 9, anywhere from a 9 to a 9.8. And I sent it in and it came back at 9.6. And this book right now is like going in a 9.6 that I looked at. It's going for like $300 or more. And I'm not planning on selling this. I want to see if they make an Invincible movie or if they make a TV show or even a cartoon. You know, you never know because it's Robert Kirkman. So anything can happen. So I'm holding on to this, and hopefully one day I'll get a #1, but I'll settle for #2 for right now. And then next to it, I have Nova #1 in a 6.5. My buddy that owns the shop gave me this book, and I sent it in and got it graded. It's actually for my son. He loves Nova. He is a huge Nova fan. So we sent it in. It came back 6.5. This stays on my mantle because it's my son's. And he's waiting to see if he's waiting to see if Nova shows up in the MCU. He was also disappointed at the end of Infinity War whenever Nick Fury, spoiler alert, sorry, whenever Nick Fury went for the beeper and that image popped up, he thought it was Nova at first, and then I told him no, that's Captain Marvel, and he was so let down. But he is hoping that one day Nova will be in the MCU, and he has his #1 sitting here waiting on it. And it is a newsstand copy. And next to that, I have in a 9.4 Green Lantern #48, the first appearance of Kyle Rayner. And this is just an awesome cover, pretty key issue. Just have it. And the real reason why Nova is next to him, because like if you really think about it, Nova and the Nova Corps is Marvel's version of Green Lantern. So what more fitting way than to put them next to each other? And yeah, this is a great cover. Love the story in this as well. And it's also you know, a real key issue, and it is a newsstand copy. And I did this one right here, #49. For the cover. That is just one of the best Green Lantern covers in the world. I don't know who, if you don't have this, you should. It's a 9.6 Green Lantern #49. Hal Jordan with all the rings in a crazed state, just beautiful. I mean, it just catches your eyes. I had to send this in. I knew it was going to be a high graded copy, and it's just beautiful. And it's a newsstand copy. And this is my mantle. This is what I have right now on there. I will be switching it out soon, but for right now, this is what I have up there. I have all these books right here. Like I said, these hardly get switched out right here because I'm such a fan of Captain Marvel. These usually just stay on there. And then the 9.6 never gets took off the shelf at all. This is, you know, my holy grail. I don't care, never moves. Booster Gold. I'm actually in the process of trying to find, I have 2 issues of Booster Gold when he joins the Justice League, and I found on eBay one that is actually signed by Dan, I think it's Dan Jurgens, or I can't remember who it's signed by, but it was where he joins the Justice League. And so I'll be trying to get that soon. And then my New Mutants down here. Love those guys. And then, but yeah, that's the left side of the mantle. These are the slabs that I have over there right now. I usually switch them out, like I said. But for right now, this is what I'm rocking with. So, and remember, you guys have a good day, and thanks for spending your time with me. And I'll catch you guys later.